Greetings and welcome back to my channel. It's your Divine Soul Sister Ashaki coming in with another pick a card reading. So this one is pertaining to the upcoming new moon on the 17th, which not coincidentally is my youngest daughter's birthday. And so this new moon is going to be in Virgo. I'm going to go through a few of the astrological things, even though I am not an astrologer. I do pay attention to what is going on so that I can know the energy. So before I get into that, and this smoke is like mad heavy, so I'm gonna move my incense over here. But if this is your first time seeing me, I would love if you would join the Divine Tribe. So if you'll hit the subscribe button and then you can hit the bell so that you know when I upload videos. Here, as of late, I've been uploading much more. And if you all give me a lot of likes, I'll continue to do so. But typically, I record one video per week. I've been doing a little bit more. I've been on this social media hiatus of sorts for quite some time now. I'm going into my third week, and a lot has come up as a result of me not being on social media. So my interaction with social media moving forward, even when I so-called return, will not be in the regard that it was previously. All right, so now let's get into this astrology and then I'll show you all the cards and give you a little instruction as to how I feel is most beneficial for you to make your selections or a couple tips on that. So, new moon in Virgo, we got Mars in retrograde. It is in its home planet of Aries. The new moon is also opposing Neptune. So, Neptune is the planet of secrets. It can confuse you. Neptune has been in retrograde in its home sign of Pisces for a while now. So, with the new moon opposing Neptune, this can cause more of that. Also, I feel with Neptune being in retrograde in Pisces, things that have been previously hidden are now on the forefront. So some things that have been hidden for years, truths are being revealed. Some of them are hard truths, meaning that some people just are not able to accept them. Others are, not even others. I feel when secrets and things come out, they are meant to help you to continue on your journey with full knowledge of those secrets. Secrets can be damaging, especially painful ones. And so, things that have been hidden or, swept under the rug for years, it's time for them to be revealed so that people know how to move, they know who they're dealing with, and so on and so forth. So we're seeing that on a broad perspective. People being deceptive for years is starting to be seen. I just read a story yesterday where a woman was killed 36 years ago. Not a woman, she was 14 years old. She went to give her best friend a birthday card and never returned. They found her body behind the school. A 20-year-old at the time, the guy was 20, had murdered her, but he lived in Melbourne, Florida. They were able to find him after 36 years. So I feel that is very closely related to Neptune being in retrograde in Pisces. Also, this new moon is aligned with Saturn. We still have quite a few planets in retrograde again. But this new moon, I feel, is really teaching us or coming to remind us not to move in fear, to get your proverbial houses in order. Be knowledgeable, but don't move in fear. You do need to know how to show up in the world because the world is changing, the world is shifting, it's never going back to what it was. Also, for us to care for our bodies, especially now, not just with the pandemic, but just in general. This is just the time I feel that we need to be tuning in to our bodies, taking better care of ourselves because we have quite a journey ahead of us. So, Saturn has been riding us for a while, but then on the light note, we have Jupiter has gone direct on September the 13th. So some people will be realizing their dreams at this particular time. So let's get into the card section. So as you can see, I have four decks this particular time, and I'm trying to steady my camera. But this is deck one, deck two, deck three, and deck four. What I advise is that you take a moment to connect to each deck, whatever energy is pulling at you. Follow your first mind, make your selection based off that. Take a few deep breaths, and then allow yourself to receive the message. If the message that the deck that you selected doesn't resonate with you, I would encourage you to listen to, any of the other ones. All right, let's get into it. All right, group number one. Let's see what we have here. Awesome. So these readings include not only just an overall energy reading, cycles, and things such as this, but I'm also looking at what divine energies or even races are connected to the groups, if you believe in that, like the Pleiadians and different ones, Anunnaki, Lemuria, all of those individuals. I also include an affirmation crystals, a spirit animal, and an herb as well that would be beneficial at this time. So this group, your tarot card is the Daughter of Pentacles. This is from the Afro Goddess Tarot deck by Andrea Fertig. Peace and shout out to her. I feel you all are connecting to your resources and abundance in different ways at this particular time. You are grounded in not the material so much as it is just abundance in health, abundance in life, abundance in relationships, abundance in money. And what I will say is Spirit is saying right now, don't get so preoccupied in the material, in the comfort, because as we know, things can always change. So don't allow yourself to get caught up in the materialistic pursuits of life. Understand that abundance does show up in different forms and recognize it in your own life. That will allow you to tap into gratitude and it will bring more of what you want into your life. That's first. Secondly, we got Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. With that particular card, some of you may be going on a self love journey. You may be recognizing the importance of loving on yourself fully and totally. And not only that, allowing yourself to do so will cause you to set healthier boundaries, stick to standards, and communicate with others how you deserve and desire to be loved. Also, because it fell beside my aunt, I feel you are a group of people that have not been treated fairly in matters of the heart. You've had your heart broken, and we've all done that, but you more than so than some other people that you know. It seems that the relationship things just don't work out or haven't panned out. But just know that you will come into a phase of harmony. But the harmony must come from you first. You got to get your inner self in order first, in order for your outer self to experience it. So have you been fair to yourself? Have you loved yourself through your faults? Um, have you allowed yourself to love yourself fully? These are questions that you may want to ponder as you move about in the coming days. You got New Moon in Pisces reminding you to meditate and contemplate. Sit with yourself. Allow yourself to feel how you feel. I'm a Pisces Sun, Venus, and Mars. And one thing I do know is that we swim very deeply in our emotions. Um, much, we love till it hurts. And I feel because of what has already been said, you need to love yourself just that unconditionally, just that intensely, just that purely. Um, but Spirit is telling you right now that you don't have to do this alone. You're calling in a soul family. They may be revealing themselves to you right now. Allow these people to nurture you, provide guidance and clarity, and recognize them for who they are. They've been with you in previous lives. Call in if you haven't seen these people. Begin to ask your spirit guides to send you your tribe because you need them more than anything, more now than you have before. And that's all of us. We need that connectedness with the world as it is and us being so disconnected through the mask and the quarantine and the this and the that, people being arrested for being outside, being connected in a different way is very important for our mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So remind yourself, that you still deserve to be connected to someone and they are there, they're waiting for you. Um, you have don't dim to fit in. This is a question to ponder. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? You are not created to follow anyone. You were created to stand out. So as you go about this week into this new moon, think about how you dimming yourself. Never dim yourself or water yourself down. You are children of Lemuria, possibly. You are creating heaven on earth. Now, I know right now it doesn't seem to be that because of everything that we're going through and experiencing, but we are creating a new earth. There is a new earth being born out of pain and tragedy and uncertainty and, often even desperation. So you got Lemuria is, those um, entities, the Lemurians, are connected to you. So the herb or the plant that is calling out to you right now is the weeping willow. Weeping willows, to me, they're all trees are spiritual because they're living, but weeping willows really ride the line between the spiritual and the physical plane. Often spirits linger around weeping willows. So connect with one if you're able to do so. Also in hoodoo, willow, the moss that hangs on weeping willows often is used in hoodoo as well. So it may be a time for you to start tapping into, if you are of African descent, into those practices as well. You have the hawk as your spirit animal. Hawks are known to be very precise, very prophetic as well. Hawks fly between the spiritual and the physical realm as well. So spirit is really pulling on you to connect in a deeper way. You got spiritual growth crystals. So spirit is on you. Amethyst, fluorite, moonstone, and selenite. Selenite, and I actually have a big one right here, um, really helps you tap into higher consciousness. Your amethyst really helps you tune into your inner and higher knowledge as well. Moonstone is great for women that are experiencing their cycle, but it also allows you to align with the energy of the moon. Fluoride is not a crystal that I've utilized very often. However, apparently it helps with spiritual growth. So if you have any or all, utilize them in meditation. You can put them under your pillow when you are sleeping. You can carry them with you as you go about your day. In group one, your affirmation for your reading today is I am magic. I am magic. What I found to be powerful in using or utilizing affirmations is repeating them to myself when I get up in the mornings and at night before I go to bed. So it allows the subconscious to absorb what we are saying. So that's all I have for you, group number one. I hope that what I have shared with you has resonated with you, maybe giving you some clarity, even maybe giving you some hope or inspiration for the next leg of your life. See you in the next video. Now on to group number two. Okay, group two, your tarot card, again coming from the Afro Tarot Goddess deck, is the Supreme. The Supreme in this deck is not a original tarot card. It is one that she created. But the Supreme is someone that is in full recognition and in mastery of the elements, meaning that she has tuned in to the energy of abundance. She knows how to call things into her. She is in tune and in balance within her emotions. She understands that every day is not going to be sunny, but I can still be grounded and balanced in this time. She's in tune with her higher knowledge and her thought processes. and she is in tune with her actions. Her actions are calculated and strategic. She moves with the cycles not only of the earth, but also of astrology. She utilizes higher knowledge and knowledge of this plane to live her best life. She is in tune with herself, her higher self, her ancestors, her guides, and she utilizes all those tools to make manifest the life that she wants to live. So if you're not there, this is a great indication that you're moving in that direction. Now, because the Supreme fell with unknown territory, I feel that this is a new you're not there yet. So group number two, you're not at this level yet, possibly. But you're moving into unknown territory. Please know and understand that you are right where you need to be right now. There is nothing else that you can do at this particular time to speed up the process. You need to trust the process and you need to trust in the divine design of your life. I know that things haven't always, or right now especially, I feel like y'all feel like you are in a siphon and you're being squeezed. Part of the reason why you're being squeezed because you are not tapping into what you already know, that innate and ancient knowledge. Maybe you don't know how to do that yet. Maybe you're just discovering it. Maybe that's a part of your unknown territory. But understand that you will get there. You have to have the desire. You have to have the wherewithal. You have to persevere. You have to be. You have to have the grit to continue because it is not easy. You got Bridget. Don't back down. Bridget reminds us to stand up for what we believe is right. Maybe the tensions that you are experiencing is because you're dealing with an unfair situation. But know that these situations come for us to move differently, to make different decisions for our lives. Ultimately, we are creating with the universe. We're co-creating our lives, and we have to determine, you know, what we really want, and we have to stand on that square, and we have to make it plain, especially sometimes to people that are involved in our lives. That listen, this is not what I want. This is not working for me, and thus and so we have to just speak our truth. The cycle that you're in, group number two right now, is surrender to the divine. You got the full moon. It is extremely difficult at times to trust and like to just surrender. Surrendering doesn't it's not a sign of weakness, it's actually a sign of strength. We live in a world where everything is microwave fast and seemingly people manipulate to get what they want. But often the greatest growth and the best outcomes occur when we allow ourselves to just surrender and know that we are exactly where we need to be. So the divine has come forward that they just surrender to the divine. There is a divine, there is divine timing, there is divine placement, but overall there is a divine design for your life. Okay, the universe has a few messages, additional messages for you. You go first, the universe will catch you. Often the hardest step is the first one. When I made a decision in my life, not to make this about me, but just, I love to share a story. When I made a decision to take back my life and to live life on my own terms, things began to shift to allow me to do just that. You have to take a risk sometimes. You have to do what you are fearful of. Fear is false evidence appearing real. We make things way bigger than they actually are. But the moment that you surrender to the divine and take that leap, you will be supported. You are supported right now. The question that I want you to ponder over this week of the new moon is what are you clinging on to? The crumbling. Are you clinging on? And what I'm hearing is you clinging on to the old way of being. Well, I've been doing it this way. But this way is not going to work any longer. The divine is pulling on you because you have more work to do. You have a bigger purpose than what you've been living. If you continue on the path that you're going, you will be miserable. You will absolutely be miserable. So you got to move on from that. You are connected spiritually to the Pleiades. I may be saying it wrong. Pleiades. I may be pronouncing it wrong. But they have a double mission. They have come to channel information, divine information to Earth, but they've also come to uplift humanity. So I would encourage you to kind of look up that particular set of extraterrestrial race or of entity. All right. The herb that would be beneficial for you all. You all are very intuitive. Oh my goodness. Everything is linked to channeling, your higher divine, divine guidance and all these things. You guys are probably intuitive psychics, clear sentience, not realizing you may be very empathic, even healers. But you got time as your herb. Time is a very psychic and a purifying herb. What you can do with time, you can drink it as a tea, you can add it to food. That's in your line to do. Okay? Seahorse is your spirit animal. Seahorses are very unique creatures, but they're very persistent, very, they have a deep perception. So, again, this is all about you tapping in and tuning in. The crystals that will be beneficial to you for usage at this time are passion crystals. So you got the ruby, garnet, carnelian, fire agate. Agate is known to be very grounding, as is garnet. Carnelian also doubly helps to draw abundance as well. Your, I love this. Your affirmation group number 2 is I am divinely designed. I am divinely designed. Utilize that affirmation in the mornings or at night. Help you tune in, tap in, and remind you of who you are. Even if you don't know yet, baby, you are moving in that direction. That's all I have for you, group number 2, and I'm moving on to group number 3. All right, group number 2, we got the Nine of Pentacles, but it is in reverse. When I see a reverse card, for me, it's not a bad thing. It's just a blockage. So in its upright position, she is fully experiencing the joy and fruitfulness of life. She's very at ease. She has a good handle on, her material possessions and goods. And when I see birds, for me, that really speaks to high intellect and spirit. So she's also very inclined to spirit. Spirit helps her to manifest on a greater level. You're disconnected from that right now. But what I will say is remember who you are. Remember who you are. How can you do that? Spirit is giving you a message, traveling lightly. It's time for you to simplify your life. You become bogged down in the day to day, in the accumulation of things. It's time to downgrade. It's time to lessen your, I don't want to say connection, lessen your activities at this time. It's time for you to do a little detox. Time for you to do a little detox. Are you spending too much time on social media? Or are you spending too much time on Netflix? Are you, wasting precious time that you should be working on cultivating the life that you really want to living a life that's not any longer serving you? Think about those things. You have the goddess Ostara, the fertility goddess. And so this is a perfect time, and coincidentally enough, this is moving into the new moon. This is a great time for you to begin new projects. Great time for you to begin that passion project. I feel like you guys have a passion project that you've been thinking about. That passion project may be what gets you here as well. Giving birth to new ideas. You have the North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node just went into a different sign as well. Um, so card is really indicating it's time for you to do something different. Time to do something different, take a different action. You have Sisterhood of the Rose. meaning that you are a part of a divine sisterhood that highlights and is able to utilize beauty and devotion. You may be a priestess, you may be a mystic, you may be a teacher. Your divine question is the mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Who or what is triggering you? Often, when people trigger us, it is us recognizing something within ourselves. It's an aspect of ourselves, and maybe an aspect of our shadow self that we just don't. The shadow side is the side we typically do not show to the world, even to our own selves. A lot of times, and the people that rub us, they personify those characteristics of the shadow side that we hide from everybody else. By identifying it and by loving your shadow side through it all, you're able to reach a higher level of mastery. You, group number 3, you are linked to the extraterrestrial group, the Mentakin. You are longing for home. You're the original light workers. Mentakin often feel that they don't belong on Earth. They feel out of place, out of sorts. And you may have had those feelings all of your life. And you absolutely, if you felt that way, you absolutely are meant talking. You are longing for home, but you are the original light workers. Tune into that light work energy to help you deal with those feelings of uneasiness because you chose to come here. Your soul chose to come here during this life for a purpose and a reason. What herb or resin? Right now, you all got a resin. You got copal, would be great for you to utilize. You can get copal in a resin. Copal really purifies the area. It can strengthen you during this next leg of your life as well. And it also has a very loving type of energy. The spirit animal that is following you all right now is the hummingbird. Hummingbirds are one of my favorite birds. They're very joyful creatures, or they seem to be. But they also speak about infinity. They speak about the, I see the infinity symbol. Time is cyclical, it is not linear. And just because you haven't attained the level at which you want to be doesn't mean that you won't get there. But remember, step out of your comfort zone, allow yourself to have new ways of being, new projects, work on those things. The crystals that would be beneficial for you right now are spirit crystals: blue kyanite, sapphire, lapis lazuli, and azurite. Lapis lazuli is one of my favorite crystals. It really helps you tune in and tap into your third eye. And you all's affirmation group number 3 is I am love, loved. I am love, loved. Love is a high vibration and it will carry you. You allow it. That's all I have for you all, group number 3. And now I'm moving on to my last group number 4. I hope you all are enjoying these card readings. This is something new um, that I'm trying. All right, group number 4. You have, for your tarot card, you have the Magician. However, the Magician was in reverse. That means you all are disconnected from your ability to manifest and to create on a higher level. You're disconnected from your gifts. However, we're going to look at what you can do to get back there, being able to manipulate the elements for your highest good. It's time for you to purify. You got cleansing waters. So this really tells me that you haven't been taking a spiritual bath as you have. Purification activates vibrant life force. You know, if you already are one that practices occult, metaphysical, spell work, any of those, even if you're a Reiki master, even if in these lighter energy type of practices, so to speak, you still pick up on the spiritual sludge, like I like to call it, from those that you work with. So you have to refresh and restore so that you can be reinvigorated. So take those spiritual baths, take them regularly. You need to do a spiritual head cleansing, maybe. Do those things that you need to do to take care of your spiritual body. It's one thing to take care of your physical, but you got to take care of that spiritual body. You got to make sure that aura is clean, and so that you are not reading off of somebody else's energy. Like you're working with clients, but you are transferring the energy from the client you just had a few hours ago to this new person. You know, you gotta take care of that. And you feeling down because you picking up all of these people's like I'm a sponge. I'm very empathic. I have to regularly cleanse myself from head to toe to make sure that I'm not feeding into and experiencing someone else's emotions because I merge very easily. So I have to stay grounded and I have to do my work. So cleanse the body, cleanse that spirit body. You have the goddess Ain. Take a risk, put your heart's true desire into action. Maybe you want to practice the occult. Maybe you want to learn to tap into that. Maybe you've been interested and you are afraid. Ain has come to remind you to go ahead, give it a shot. You all have full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. I feel for you all that negativity is not even yours. It is, again, because you are not purifying yourself. You walk around with spiritual sludge and residue from others. Also, another key fact that you need to pay attention to is cleansing your body is one thing, but cleansing your home is another very important thing. People are arguing in the home, having a lot of strife in the home. That becomes heavy and dense, funky spiritual energy in the home. And you can't create on a level or practice your magic with all of that. So you have to do spiritual house cleansings as well. That would be beneficial for you all. And don't think down about yourself either. What I'm hearing is some of you like, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm not. Stop the negativity against yourself. That's why you're not experiencing life on the level that you could. And some of that came over from a past life as well. The cycle that you're in, or the reminder that Spirit is giving you, is to break the chain. You are healing. When you heal yourself, you are healing the lineage that is attached to you, 7 generations back. So there are some ancestral patterns that you are dealing with, but you can rewrite your future if you do the work in this one. You absolutely can. And as you alleviate your ancestral line of this damage and these traumas and this pain, and as you heal, your ancestors will show themselves strong. They will present themselves more readily and more fiercely. They will show up in your life. I know this from personal experience. The question that you should ask yourself this week during this new moon is, where do you need to establish better boundaries? Now, it's time to release negativity and cleansing water. So I feel that the reason why you feel so negative is who you are allowing yourself to be exposed to. Might be coworkers, might be your relationship, might be family, might be friends. Check the circles. Some of those people do not need to be in your circle. And because you letting them just walk all over you, you need to set boundaries. No, I can't do it. Hello? No, I'm not going to be able to do that. Simple. It's not so simple, but it's a necessary thing. The extraterrestrial group, group number 4 is linked to is the Akasha. The Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided, meaning that, so you really are magicians. You just don't know. You are so far removed from who you really, really are. But the minute that you ask for assistance, because they literally are waiting in the wings for you to be receptive to receiving the information. I will say, though, it is a rabbit hole. And when you open the door, sometimes it comes in like a flood. So make sure that you are always grounding yourself and asking for assistance from those entities to keep you grounded as you receive this information. Some of you are able to channel. I hear mediumship for some of you as well. You have to keep that spiritual cleansing is very important if you begin to channel. So do that. The herb that would be beneficial for you all at this time are bay leaves. Bay leaves are not only protective and purifying, but they also bring in a lot of abundance. So carry some bay in your wallet. You can add bay leaves to your spiritual baths. Especially you guys got purifying water, so add some bay leaves to that. Utilize them in whichever way spirit would have you to do so. Bay is also one of those herbs because it is so versatile. People use it in magic a lot as well. You have the phoenix as your spirit animal. You know, the phoenixes, they die to re-emerge. They burst into flames and then they come back so much stronger. So you're going through an immense transformation. Again, there's magic. So you all are really conjurers, magicians, witches, you know, those people. You are my people as well. So you're going to get great clarity if you kind of ask that phoenix to show up for you. You'll get more clarity about the direction of your life, the trajectory of your life. What crystals will be beneficial to you? Group number 4, communicative crystals. So blue lace agate, amazonite, celestite, and larimar will help you speak your truth. But I feel for you, it's not even about speaking the truth as much as it is speaking words of intention and speaking words of magic over yourself and manifestation. Your words are very powerful. However, you have to use them with a measure of responsibility because you can cause great destruction as well. Your affirmation that would be beneficial for you all during this time is I stand in my strength. I stand in my strength. I hope that that reading has brought you all some clarity, maybe even some joy, confirmation, all those wonderful things. Again, I am Ashaki Ali, better known as the Divine Soul Sister, and welcome to my channel. Yet again, if you would like to, if this is your first time seeing me, you want to join the Divine Tribe, it's really simple. You just select subscribe and hit the bell on the right hand side of your screen so that you will know when I upload videos. I will put all of my links to my social media as well as my website down below so that you can connect with me as well. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you join my little email list, you get all of the information as far as what I'm doing right now and all of the sales and bonuses early before anyone else. And other than that, I hope that this message and these messages, these readings have, allowed for those under the sound of my voice to get clear. This is a time to get clear. So hopefully it has, restored some peace, some joy, gotten you clear. Until the next time, I'm sending you all an abundance of peace, love, light, and always balance. I'll holler at you all later.